Hola! Welcome to Yoga Academy in Nicaragua. I just want to offer you a really gentle, kind of stretchy, back releasing, shoulder releasing, psoas releasing practice for you today. Truth be told, I went surfing for like 2.5 hours yesterday and my back, shoulders, and thighs, quads, super freaking sore. So I'm going to share this with you, and frankly, you don't have to be a surfer to enjoy this. If you work in an office a lot, at a desk, crunch down, maybe you've just had a long drive, this is going to feel super great. So go ahead and come to your mats, take child's pose. And just settle in. You can be that gross yoga person right now who makes weird noises. You're home in a private space. Go for it. Sometimes you're just gonna sigh it out a bit. Take a big breath in. Walk your hands to the right, let your hips sway to the left. If you have the flexibility, you're welcome to cross left wrist over right wrist, but for some of us that's not an option today, and that's totally fine. The practice of yoga reminds us to just be as we are, come as we are, be who we are, and recognize that each day is different. Yoga invites us to be an observer, to try to get a little bit more objective about our circumstance and about our lives. We practice on the mat, we take it off the mat. So wherever you are at today, it's totally fine. No judgment, just be here. And tomorrow you'll be somewhere else. And that's totally fine. Gently release. Walk the other way. And breathe. Gently walk to center. Moving into Anahatasana, heart's melting pose. Now, options. If you have blocks, you can place blocks underneath your elbows. You can also just place your elbows on the ground, walk them forward until your hips are underneath, until your knees are underneath your hips. Make sure the feet are straight back behind you, and you can be here. Again, just melting the heart towards the ground. If you want more, you can plant the hands on the ground and melt the whole chest to the ground like this. I think I'm too tight for this today, so I'm going to back off, but that's an option for you if you're feeling it. And did you hear what I just said? I'm too tight for this today. Some days it feels great to put my whole chest and face and neck on the ground. Today's not one of those days, and I honor that. Let us try to release this must-do, go, supposed to be like this, goal-oriented nature of our yoga practice and kind of just come with open curiosity, especially in these stretchy practices. Frankly, some days we're stiff and some days we're not, and every day, let's be grateful that we're moving. Slowly come up. Let's take thread the needle. So right hand up, thread it through the wrist and the knee on the left side. Ear comes to the ground. You can stay here. If you want more, bring your arm up. If you want more, it goes diagonally across the mat. You can also extend the back leg. I don't love that personally, so I'm going to keep my two knees grounding me on the ground. Oh, the stretch feels so good. Really breathe. Slowly release. Come back up. Left arm up. Thread it through. Shoulder head comes to the ground. And then extend if you want to. Right arm up. You can extend the the right leg back. You can also diagonally crawl your hand across the mat for a deeper twist. Gently release and come up. And step your right leg forward for a lunge. If you have blocks, you're welcome to put your hands on blocks. Let's slowly take our arms up and now cross your right hand over your left, bend the elbows, and take a psoas stretch. Please be mindful not to sink into the joints here. Tailbone descends, I'm pulling up on my pelvic floor to keep my lower back safe. And then I bring my arms back away from me as much as possible, shoulders relax, and arc the upper chest up to the sky. Maybe the floating ribs come up towards the sky to stretch the psoas. It can be quite intense, so if you're starting to get warm or sweaty, you're doing it right. Slowly release. Half Hanuman for a hamstring stretch. Kick the foot out, firm the thigh. Inhale, chest comes forward. Again, you might be on blocks here. As you exhale, try to think about bringing your chest over your toes. So it will be really stretchy and not look very stretchy. See? If this is too much, you can also micro bend the front knee, right? Your body, your practice, your way. And every day is different. Every day we feel differently. So you just honor where you're at, you notice where you're at, and you practice accordingly. No judgment here. What's the point? Nice firm thigh. Tuck the back toes under, bend the knee. Downward facing dog. And just notice the difference between the two legs right now. No judgment, not trying to change anything. Just be here, observe. Step the left foot between the two hands. Drop the back knee. You can come up on blocks. When you're ready, we sweep the arms up. This time, right goes in front of left. It's opposite arm crosses to the leg. And then slowly start to arc up. So we bring the shoulders back and down, the elbows as if something is pulling my elbows back. If you have a friend in the room right now, you can actually ask them to vice grip your elbows like this and then pull them back. It feels so good. And then reach the middle chest, upper chest up, keeping the tailbone moving away from the waist. And breathe. It's not an easy stretch, but it's really good. Gently start to release. We'll stretch out the hamstring. Make sure this right leg is firm in the thigh, or left leg. I think your left leg forward, sorry. Left leg is firm, and then chest comes over the toes. Not only are our bodies different every day, our sides are different, right? We usually have a dominant side that's stronger or more flexible, and this is an opportunity to observe that too. And maybe you want to spend a little bit more time on the less flexible side or the less strong side to try to help you find balance. The word yoga means to yoke, to bring together, and it's really about finding balance, about bringing together our opposites in our lives. All the dualities that make us who we are. Slowly release. You can walk the knees back a little bit. Let's come back into that melting heart pose. Maybe you're going deeper this time. Or maybe you're going back to where you were. How does your body feel today? What does it need? Do that. Gently release and come onto your belly. Extend the right arm out to the side. Plant the left hand underneath your shoulder and then wing the elbow back like as if you're going to chaturanga. Bend your left knee and then slowly turn it open for a shoulder stretch. Now you might be able to plant that left foot on the ground, but maybe not, and that's okay. It might feel more comfortable just to keep your legs straight like this. You do you. Gently release. Switch sides. Right hand comes underneath the shoulder, elbow wings back, left arm out to the side, ear is on the ground or top of the head is on the ground, and then we turn it open. It's a beautiful shoulder stretch. Just breathe. And release. Broken wing pose. It's a really big stretch on pec minor. If you're not used to this, it's gonna be uncomfortable. So we bring the arm diagonally out. So instead of right out to the side, it's now going on the diagonal. Bend the elbow at 90 degrees, L shape with the front arm, okay? And then it's the same action. So left arm comes underneath the shoulder, wing the elbow back, and whoa, slowly turn it open and whoa. I'm gonna try to breathe through this while I talk to you. Oh, when you get to the pose, you'll know. It's very intense. So if you're feeling like it's super intense, you can't breathe through it, you just back off a bit by coming a little bit more onto your chest. The pec is the muscle, the pec minor. We use this for everything. Picking things up, reaching for a glass of water, shaking someone's hand, giving a hug. So this is a very used muscle in our body and a not so stretched muscle in our body. That's why it's responding as such. Gently release. And switch sides. So left arm comes out onto the diagonal, we bend the elbow, right hand underneath, and then slowly turn and open. It's very intense. But you get to control the intensity, remember? So if it's too much, you go a little bit further onto your chest. If you want more, you open up more. Try to relax your jaw. We got this. And gently release. Oof, that was a lot. Let's take a little rest. So you can stack your hands and your forehead goes on top of them. Gently turn onto your back. Your head might be facing me. And let's open the legs wide, so wider than the mat. And I'm going to knock my knees to the right, make a cactus shape with my arms. So there's a stretch happening in the front of the left quad. If you want more, you reach down and draw your ankle towards your bum. So left ankle towards the left buttock, if you want more. Remember, you're totally in control here. You are the driver. And you just observe, like, you can replay this class again, you know, tomorrow or next week and see how your body feels, if it feels differently. We're just here to be the observer and then meet ourselves with kindness. Breathe. And gently switch. So legs are super wide, knock the knees to the left. Hands are in a cactus shape so that the shoulders are resting. If this does not feel good on your knee, widen the space between the right buttock and the heel. From here, pretty unconventional, we'll move into a twist. So I'm going to use my right hand to help my heel separate a little bit, just so I don't hurt my knee, from the leg. Arms go out to the sides, and then I'm just going to close my knees together. Maybe you'll want to shift your hips over to the right so that they're stacked one on top of the other. Let your shoulders get heavy on the ground. Look away from the knees. And then gently switch. So you can lift and scoot your bum towards the left, knocking the knees to the right. And then look opposite direction of the knees. Gently turn the head up to face up. Untwist. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees open for reclining bound angle pose. You can place a hand on the heart and a hand on your belly if you want to. And just breathe deeply. Give yourself permission to relax, to release any physical tension in your body that may be left over. Take 3 more huge breaths, inflating the belly, inflating the chest. Releasing through the mouth. Again. One last one. Let your hands face the sky. Let your feet kick open. Let your eyes close if they're not already. And just allow yourself to be here, floating in a blissful state of rest and peace, even if just for a few moments. Please stay here as long as you like. Whenever you're ready, you can make your way up and out. And I just want to thank you so much for stretching with me today, doing this little mini practice. I hope you feel even just an ounce better. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. From my heart to yours, thank you for being here. Namaste.